Hey y'all!
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Two Opinionated Insinuations commentary.
Yeah, y'all. We are back with another video, another R.Kelly video. Just a little update, or maybe a lot of update.
A lot of updates, some things that we have not heard previously.
Well, we hadn't heard.
We have not heard previously. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard previously, but I want to tell you guys, if you have not seen our last R. Kelly update, please go and watch so you can see what's going on if you're interested. Because this video is ultimately about him as well, okay?
Right, y'all. So before we even get into any like new news, we were just going through the internet and we actually found one of R. Kelly's accuser, his actual hairdresser.
Back when he had the braids.
Yeah, I want to say they said back in the 2000s. She
2003.
was only a year with him for a year. But we found one of the accusers, Lanita Carter, LC. She's LC. I don't know about y'all, but I know when they did release the records and the initials of the people on the records, she sent it to me and we were trying to figure out who's who.
Who's the initials? Like, what are these people's names?
Right.
And who are they connected, to him? So you have to think about it. This was following the first, court proceedings about the infamous video. This lady was his hairstylist. She was braiding his hair at that time.
Right. And she actually came out in 2003. Well, reported to police in 2003 that he molested. Well, I mean, truthfully,
sexually assaulted her.
I'm a little confused, and I'm gonna put the clip in here so y'all can see. But pretty much in the clip, she didn't necessarily say that he did anything. I mean, he was physical, grabbing her hair, acting as if he was gonna spit on her and speaking derogatory towards her.
No, he did spit on her. She said he spit.
I thought
she made the sounds of how the spit sounded.
Oh, well, he spit on her 6 damn times.
She said he spit on her several times.
And
Jesus. She did not say there was any sexual act. No. But for there to have been semen on her shirt,
on her Tommy Hilfiger sweatshirt,
either he's jacking off while he's spitting on you while pulling your hair, or he's making you, he's holding your head and making you give him fellatio while he's spitting on you. Because she said, he did not open the door when somebody came knocking at the door or whatever. He waited, I guess, until he was done. And that was the outcome. She said she got up, went to the bathroom. She was specific about the towel that was in there, and you guys will see that. And she said she wiped her face, and she immediately called 911.
Right, y'all. So she was actually on CBS in the morning, and she gave her interview about what happened in that incident, and talked about very slightly about the fact that she settled out of court with him and got about $700,000 fucking dollars.
Because first it was what, $650, and the $650 was for the actual spitting and the actual incident. Because like I said, she never spoke about the actual sexual assault. She just spoke about parts of it briefly. So that $650 was for that. And then they came back for another $100K.
Because he wrote a song about it.
He wrote a song about it. And basically she said that, listen, I was famous for a specific hairstyle that I braid. And she said, I never did this braid style on him. So obviously he went and had somebody else braid his hair the way that she's famous for doing. And he was actually talking about having sexual relations with a hairstylist. So she was able to stop that song from coming out. He was not able to put it on any of his albums, and he was not able to perform that song. Right. And they settled for the $100K. So in total, that's like $750K that she was paid back in 2003. Okay?
But now, this year, she's breaking her silence you know, in lieu of everything that's going on with R. Kelly, everything, I guess the fact that it actually seems like he's going to be charged, it actually took him down and he's serving jail time. She decided to come on out and, you know, tell us what her incident is, and it's just like...
So, because she's a part of the women whose initials were mentioned back in March when he first got locked up. She's a part of those women who the charges are being filed for, and that he has all of these counts for going against him. She's a part of those people. So like we said, we didn't know who she was because they only gave initials. They never fully gave her, you know, real name. And I guess maybe we're a little late, or maybe, you know, some people just aren't talking about it, because like I said, I've been on this. I've, you know, did some research. I've looked, and I guess, you know, maybe some of the other people who does the vlogs or whatever didn't notice, or maybe we all missed it because it was never on the radio. You know, I never heard about it. I've never seen it on any of the social media postings. And now we find out that this is who this woman is. Those are her initials, and you'll get to hear it and see her face.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to put this video in here. Y'all check it out real quick, and we'll continue to talk about it once we come back.
Yes.
One of the anonymous accusers in R. Kelly's criminal case is speaking out publicly for the very first time. Only on CBS This Morning, Lenita Carter describes the alleged 2003 assault that helped lead to the singer's arrest back in February.
I started crying.
Kelly, as you know, has pleaded not guilty to 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse involving 4 alleged victims. Jerika Duncan spoke with Carter earlier this week and joins us at the table. Jerika, good morning.
Good morning. Lenita Carter is the woman identified in the indictment as LC, R. Kelly's hairdresser. She was 24 years old at the time of the alleged sexual assault. We want to warn you, some of the details she reveals are very disturbing.
I'm not ashamed of my past anymore. I'm not ashamed of what naysayers say.
Lenita Carter says she braided R. Kelly's hair for more than a year, but saw him as more than just a client. She also considered him like an older brother. She even stood up for the singer when he was arrested on child pornography charges in 2002.
2 words, perfect gentleman. I would tell people, pray for him. Pray for him. I do his hair. He is nothing like what they say.
He had never propositioned you or asked you to do anything sexual before, but then this particular day, what happened?
February 18, 2003, I get a phone call to come down and do his hair. When he came to the room and he asked me for that head massage, and I told him I didn't do massages, I laughed it off. And I didn't know he was for real. If I could change that day, I wouldn't have been there. He pulled my braid down by him, and he said, suck it for daddy, suck it for daddy. And I said, no, and I did like this, and he just started going. He did it like six times.
Carter says Kelly stopped only after someone knocked on the door.
He didn't open the door right away. He says, fix your face. Fix your face. I knew that'd be my last day there. And I get to the bathroom, I grab the wall, and it was a rose-colored towel. And I wipe my face. I'm not dressed no type of way. I look at myself in the mirror like, I'm not a beauty queen. I didn't perceive myself to be nothing more than just his hair braider. And I just kept thinking to myself, like, why did this happen to me?
You called the police the day that this happened?
The exact day. They asked for my clothing. And I gave them my favorite Tommy Hilfiger shirt. And that's where they found DNA evidence.
DNA evidence from R. Kelly on your shirt?
Semen.
At the time, charges were not filed in Carter's case. Shauna Bolliker, who was then the lead sex crimes prosecutor, has not responded to our multiple requests for comment.
Celebrities are powerful. Celebrities have support systems. I have no support system outside of my immediate family.
10 months after the incident, Carter signed a $650,000 settlement in which Kelly denied any wrongdoing, and Carter agreed to keep quiet. In 2009, Kelly released a song about having sex with a woman who braids his hair.
That was one of the hairstyles that I was known for doing that I never did on him. We were on the L-shaped couch when the incident happened.
That song led to another confidential settlement, this time for $100,000. Kelly again denied any wrongful conduct, but agreed to never perform the song or include it in future albums. In January, following the uproar sparked by the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R.Kelly, Carter responded to a plea by the current Cook County State Attorney Kimberly Fox for victims to call her office.
We need actual witnesses and victims to have the courage to tell their stories.
I would be going on with my day, you turn on the news, here's another R. Kelly victim, another R. Kelly victim, another R. Kelly victim. And you just want to be there for them.
Did you see the interview that R. Kelly did with Gayle King in which he denied ever sexually assaulting a woman, ever sexually assaulting anyone underage?
Yes, I saw it.
I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
What did you think when you were watching that?
Felt like it should be a crime to publicly tell a story, that he able to get on television and lie.
Did seeing that interview embolden you to want to speak even more?
Yes, it's actually the reason that I'm here.
Kelly's defense attorney Steve Greenberg told CBS this morning these allegations were fully investigated by the police and prosecutors, and a decision was made after evaluating all of the evidence not to bring any charges.
I know that I love myself today. I know that I don't care what anybody say about me.
Do you feel like this is a moment for you where you get to tell your truth and people will listen?
This is a release. I've been carrying this since 2003. I don't want to be in the public, but this is my life. If I die tomorrow, I know that I told the truth.
We interviewed Carter the day after her attorney, Michael Avenatti, was charged with embezzlement, extortion, and other federal crimes. He continues to represent her. The Cook County State's attorney declined to speak about Carter's claim, citing department policy against commenting on open cases.
You can't help but notice how she knows the exact date.
Yes. Right. She knows a lot of the details, and she's been through a lot. I mean, not just with R. Kelly, allegedly, of course. She said there's so much more that she wants to talk about that she hopes she'll be able to talk about when there's a trial.
As you said, it was disturbing. It was actually stomach-turning to hear the detail. The spitting, all of it was just very disturbing. But you also said in the piece that she signed an agreement not to speak. How is she able to speak now? Is she just disregarding that agreement?
She's disregarding that agreement. And again, it's a process for her. She heard the call from the state attorney. She saw the interview that you did with R. Kelly, and she said, you know what? He gets to talk about what he says is his truth. I'm going to speak out.
A lot of people are glad she's telling her truth, too.
And you hear one thing time and time again from these victims when so many of them question, what did I do wrong? I wasn't dressed a certain way, or I'm not a beauty queen. You could sense the pain that she
Heart goes out to her.
And you do wonder why charges were not brought.
Yeah. Rika, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. So y'all just saw that video of her doing her interview with CBS, talking about her incident, and you know how Kelly sexually assaulted her. What you think about it, girl?
Yeah. Listen, y'all. I'm a little, I don't know, because part of me wants to be upset, but I know I have no right to be. Ultimately, again, this is my opinion, because she was paid this money and you did settle for it to keep quiet, and you just so happened to watch the Surviving R. Kelly, and they was asking for people to step forward, and it's kind of like, dang girl, you really had the opportunity to step out and say this back in 2003. You got to think about it. This man was fighting for his life and, you know, saying it wasn't him or whatever back in 2002. And this happened to you in 2003. So you could have really just brought him back. And it's sad because I feel like it could have prevented a lot with some of the other victims. But so technically you're like the second public victim.
What's the old girl name? The one who followed him to the
Geronda Pace.
Geronda, that's the other one who decided to her NDA, forget it, and go ahead and say something else too.
Right. So it's kind of like, you know, you're one of the first who could have said this back before 2010, and you could have prevented, you know, a lot of what's going on now. But I mean, not putting the blame on anybody. Again, this is just my opinion.
You kind of like an enabler, if you ask me. I mean,
yes,
you took over $700,000 and just kept quiet,
knowing that he's done this to you and ultimately has possibly done this to somebody else.
His next hair braider.
We don't know. Hair braider. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't stop the cycle.
You had the opportunity to do that, and so that's kind of like why I'm a little torn. And the fact that there was actual evidence that says that you're credible, your story is credible, you're an actual eyewitness to what happened. You are the actual victim.
You turned over your sweatshirt right then and there when they asked you, and they were able to clearly verify that
it was him.
So regardless of whether he'd have went down on sexual assault for a minor, because she was 23, 24 at the time, he'd have went down for sexual assault, and that'd still, I mean, at least he'd have been charged and had that on his record. At this point, he really ain't got shit on his record because y'all steady taking money from him.
Because it's all alleged.
Alleged.
He was never, what is the word? He was never prosecuted for the video.
Now, really.
And now he's just now being, you know, held and is facing some real jail time over things that happened in the past.
Over a decade ago.
You know, in between, and then now currently. I don't know. That's just my take on it. You guys let us know what your take on it is. Like, let me know if you agree or disagree. I would definitely like to know. Maybe I'm overstepping.
I mean, I don't want to sound insensitive, but
definitely not.
2003 is 2019. That's what 16 years later.
Girl,
I'm gonna leave it right there.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave it right there. We're gonna move on. And we're going to talk about Kelly's crisis manager. Y'all know dude with he kind of got this little situation going on in his head. Y'all know he quit. What is that man name? Like, we need to stop coming and not telling y'all what his damn name is.
The crisis
is
manager.
Is it Darnell? Daryl Johnson.
Yeah.
Daryl Johnson quit, y'all.
He was doing an interview with Gayle King. And Gayle King, let me tell you, boo, you need to get a new wig. You need to get a new wig because you're killing me right now. You are killing me.
Girl,
in these interviews.
She done had that same damn wig since her and Oprah became friends.
Bruh, I know you like that style and possibly the color, but change it up.
Your own hair ain't that long by now that you could do it with your own hair?
Girl.
Whatever. Talk
to your hairstylist, okay? But anyway, he did that. Mr. Daryl did the interview with Miss Gayle King, and she asked him. No, it wasn't her. It was the other anchor who was interviewing Mr. Daryl with her, and they was saying basically, would you allow your daughter to be around him?
He said, "No, I wouldn't.
Definitely would not.
I would not allow my daughter to be around anyone who's being accused of pedophilia, in which you..."
Just hours after appearing only on CBS this morning, singer R.Kelly's crisis manager resigned. In a statement to CBS News, Darrell Johnson said he is stepping down for, quote, personal reasons, and he did not elaborate. Daryl Johnson, I should say.
That's right. Yesterday on CTM, Johnson made headlines when he said he would not leave his 20-something daughter alone with anyone accused of being a pedophile. R. Kelly is charged with sexually abusing women and girls. You have a 20-something-year-old daughter. Would you allow her to be alone with
Absolutely not.
With R. Kelly?
I wouldn't leave my daughter with anybody that's accused of pedophilia.
That doesn't seem like a contradiction to you. You're
absolutely
sitting here defending R. Kelly, but at the same time saying you wouldn't leave your own daughter with him.
I wouldn't leave my daughter with anyone. Okay. I'm going to say it again. That's accused of being a pedophile.
All right. R. Kelly is currently being held without bond after his arrest earlier this month on federal sex crime charges in Illinois and New York. You could almost say it was a case of the crisis manager creating a crisis. I talked to Daryl last night. He said he was not asked to step down, but he's stepping down, he says, for personal reasons because he believes he could become a distraction to R. Kelly's case. He believes in R. Kelly. He believes in this whole process. And he says at the end of the day, the courts will decide.
Yeah.
But no one asked him to leave, he said.
No, it certainly seemed like he came to a realization at our table.
What was being alleged.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it dawned on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he said that, in which we mentioned on the last video, when he did the press conference.
Right.
And he did the press conference. The Savages came up and tried to, interrupt the whole situation. But he said, if that was my daughter, I would take a truck and I'd drive it into the Trump Towers because there's no way it's going down, point blank, period. And once he said that, he quit the next day. And I think, Daryl, that was your best bet. Because as much as you like to think you're not contradicting yourself, technically you are. It's a lot of people who may not know the chain of command that you're going down, and a lot of people think you are hired by R. Kelly. I don't know this other man you keep seeing. Maybe we saw him early on, but for the past few months, we've been seeing you. So at this point, you keep having to remind us, well, I'm hired by such and such. I'm hired by such and such. We don't care about that. The point of the matter is you're supposed to have all the details, all the info that we need because you're serving as a crisis manager, you're serving as a press manager, you're just doing all the talking.
At this point, you represent whatever law firm or agency that you work for.
You represent
that's
Mr.
being
Kelly.
paid from Mr. Kelly.
You represent
so
Mr.
you
Kelly.
work for Mr. Kelly.
Point blank, period.
Why would you be out here doing interviews when you know you're not in agreement with what your client is being charged with,
and that's
or
pretty
allegedly,
much what you just said.
Has done? You basically said you was not in agreement. You did not condone it. You're not saying that it is right, but then you have to speak on behalf of your client who's paying you money on behalf of your law firm or your agency. So
who's going through this? Who's being charged for messing around with underage women? Who's currently with a 22, 21, 23-year-old, someone around your daughter's age? So
you have a daughter that's within her early 20s, and it's just like, your client got 2 younger girlfriends, and you are defending him, but then you said that you're not in agreement and you don't condone. So it's a little contradicting, and you're killing my vibe. So I'm kind of glad you just let it go.
That was your best thing.
You was not doing a great representation.
It
just wasn't right.
I like you because you're personable. You're gonna give the real. You're kind of like, I ain't got nothing to do with this, so I'm gonna say what it is. But ultimately, that was definitely the best thing for you to do because once you said what you said at that press conference that the Savages interrupted, there was no reason, and no one would have took you seriously had you continued to have press runs for him. And ultimately, we got you on camera saying that he couldn't be around my 20-year-old.
Right.
Like, you said he could not be around your 20-year-old, but you ain't got no issue talking about the fact that Azriel and Joycelyn is around him, and they're around the same age. So, smart thinking. That was logically thinking.
I don't know what your motives were, but I'm starting to think maybe you just took on the gig because you wanted to get a little camera time. Might have asked you look good on the camera. You're doing a great job. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like because he was hired by whomever that is, I'm not saying you're coming out of law school or anything like that, but I kind of felt that they were maybe like, tell me what you can do with this. Take this case and let me see what's happening. Take this, because some lawyers do have to deal with some shit that they don't believe in, and I kind of feel like that was someone just gave this to you, and you were like, okay, let me see what I can do with it, but now that they done turned up the heat in the kitchen, it's like, exit stage left.
Well, he should have been honest with whoever his superiors were and let them know morally,
He was looking for that
ethically, he was not going to be able to do it because you failed. You done went out here and told the opposite of what you supposed to be preaching, bruh. Either way, y'all look at it. Tell us what you think.
Let us know what y'all think, y'all. So check this video out and let us know. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all saw it. Y'all saw what he said. Let us know what y'all think. Do y'all think it was the smart thing to do, as far as, you know, after you said what you said about your daughter, your 20-year-old, you know, letting this situation go, no longer representing him? Because I think that was the smartest thing to do. Do you think that was the smartest thing to do?
I think he was doing it for the money. Tell me if you agree or don't.
He might have been doing it
for the money, and you're doing it for the camera time, bro. Those of you who are in agreement, please at me.
I definitely agree with the money, but the camera time, I don't know if I'm really thinking he was doing it for the
because you got to think about it. He wants to ultimately get more clients.
But now you ain't finna get none because they know your ass came when you fold under pressure.
But he didn't know that he was going to be asked that question. So I don't think he was prepared for Gayle King.
You should always be prepared. When you're a crisis manager, crisis, meaning anything bad that happens, this whirlwind of bullshit that happens, when you're a crisis manager, you're always prepared. You should always be prepared. You should have been prepared before you even took this job to realize, because the Savages didn't just start when you became the crisis manager. They were doing bullshit beforehand, so you should have been prepared for when the Savages showed up. You should have been prepared for it when any protester showed up. You should be prepared for any interview that you had and are going to have going forward, because you're a crisis manager. I might have to put that up here. A crisis manager. You should always be prepared. That's your job. You have to be prepared for shit like this.
You messed up your future clients. Like, I think, you know, you did what you could with the Savages, and, you know, you said whatever you said, but, you know, this second one, it kind of like nailed the coffin for you. It's like, dang, you almost had a few clients that you could have represented, like, who would have, you know, been willing to spend money with you, but bruh,
I don't think nobody would have spent money with you, because ultimately, technically, how people see it, you're on R.Kelly's side. So unless they were people who didn't care about the R.Kelly situation,
it's people out there who don't care.
You'd have got them.
There's people out there who don't care, and
that's all you would have got.
Well,
anyway,
we here for the comments.
Yeah, but moving on. Y'all see Azriel out here living her best life.
Yes, honey.
She out here doing it. Like, I don't care what nobody say. It took his ass. I don't care what she say. I don't care what she say. Talking about I've always had a phone and I've always been able to move around the way I want to. Yeah, if that's the case, you've never been this mainstream. It took him stepping away from you before you actually decide to come out of your shell and, oh, I'm gonna make my page back active and start showing all these different, you know, outfits and, you know, want to come out here and do the most. Like, we always knew you needed a camera to be able to show who you really are. It's just interesting that you're doing it when he went to jail.
Yeah.
And as much as you, Robert don't control nothing over here, why you doing it when he went to jail? You didn't do it beforehand.
Yeah.
And then you want to get mad because people sending your shit to the shade room. I felt like Robert called your ass and said, you need to sit down.
You better fix it.
You doing too much. You're doing too much. You better sit it down. He called you. Can't nobody tell me different. He called your ass, and that's just all I'm going to say about that.
So the first video, you know, she's posting, you know, different outfits before she goes out, and she wanted people to say, hey, you know, choose which one of these outfits look the best. So she changed up her outfits or whatever, doing this on camera. And in the second, you know, video, she's saying, well, you know, I don't like the fact that it was posted while y'all trying to be messy. And
what were they gonna do?
I was doing this because it's Joycelyn's birthday. Mind you, we never seen Joycelyn on the video while you was looking at outfits. Joycelyn should have been there to say, oh, I like that one. You know what I'm saying? If it's her birthday, I don't know. I don't keep up with the dates. Obviously, I really just don't care. But she's saying she did it for the birthday. Okay, but what was Joycelyn? The whole time you walking up and down the street showing off your ring, because I did see your ring, baby girl.
Did y'all peep the ring?
the ring, because I looked at a lot of different comments and a lot of different posts where I seen this video, and nobody ever mentioned the fact that Shorty had on a ring on the left finger.
It was on the left finger,
okay?
y'all.
She had her ring on, and you know, she's basically saying, like, I was just with my man, we was doing hookah, you know, we were hanging out or whatever, and I had my phone. So don't try to make it seem like now because he's locked up that I ain't never had my phone before. This is why I don't post. That's basically what she was saying. But ultimately, she said she loves R.Kelly, and that's never going to change.
I want to know why Joycelyn ain't post. Since
see
y'all so
Joycelyn.
free to post, why Joycelyn ain't post? Like, come on. Joycelyn, where you post at? Since y'all done had a phone all these years, what, 2 years now? Y'all done had a phone. Where y'all post at?
Joycelyn don't want to upset daddy.
Exactly. So, Azriel, please miss me with that. You waited till he went to jail to become free. You're being free now. That's just like your daddy said. He said that looks like a young woman that's free, and truthfully that looks like it to me too. It's no different than someone who's been sheltered all their life, maybe the only child, and then they go off somewhere and just get fucking crazy. You are free now,
and you getting crazy, girl.
Accept it.
I'm happy. I want you to
we
post
are
some
not
more
mad.
videos.
Yes, girl, and go ahead and tell us about all this work you got done, because before in the last video, I was thinking it was out of some medication. She done got pregnant or she's sick or some shit like that. And then Drake said she definitely got her breast done. We're definitely seeing in these videos that is all work. You got the breast done, the butt done,
the stomach contortions.
You might have got that sucked out
because
and put in the
you
hips
can
or
tell she
something.
got it sucked out because her shoulders are still big. So you was a little heavy before you had this surgery.
Your face still looks heavy. The face looks heavier though. I think that's what's making me think
That's
you
what
were
I'm
pregnant
saying.
or something.
Well, I mean, it's possible. All I know is you definitely were a little bigger. So maybe you did have, you know, a kid or two, and you just ain't showed your baby yet. Or maybe you lost your child. I don't know. But all I know is you gained weight. You got that stomach contortion or whatever they call it.
What?
Whatever. And then you use the fats and put it in the ass and the hips, and it looks good. Whoever did it for you, you looking good, Azriel, honey.
Yeah, Azriel, you actually look good. Like, I think you look better than Joycelyn's work. Joycelyn is kind of just...
I'm gonna drink to that one.
And you got the breast just kind of overpowering everything, as opposed to you, even though y'all probably might have got the same sizes or whatever, I guess because of your shoulders, your face, it's just kind of all matching well. So yeah, girl, you look good, and I ain't got no issue with you out here living your life.
I don't think nobody does. It's just that we ain't seen you, girl. So of course a lot of people got a lot to say because we have not seen you guys since the Gayle King.
Right. So I mean, I'm gonna put these videos in here. I want y'all to watch them real quick. You know, watch Azriel getting prepared for Joycelyn's birthday party.
Without Joycelyn?
Without Joycelyn and mine. And I want y'all to see the fact that I do not follow up her video with a Joycelyn video because Joycelyn never posted any video.
Well, she was not in the room with Azriel as they were supposed to be getting dressed for her birthday. I mean, y'all stay in the same house. Like, why wasn't she there with you? I don't know. I would have liked to see her. Sorry.
Check the video. See what she wore. We want to see what the birthday girl wore. Anyway, check that video out, and then check out the video with all she got to say about people. Her being mad that people done reported her to the shade room, and now the shade room done, you know, got her post, her going off saying how she love R.Kelly and that she don't want to talk to her parents and that she's a grown motherfucking woman and all of that. So y'all check these videos out, and we're gonna come back with the rest of the commentary. All right.
She wanna live in some catch me pussy in his mouth, he gon' suck it like a passy. Bounce on it, drop on it, that do I'm nasty. He say I'm fucking like them on Japanese. Pussy is his favorite recipe. Hey. Boy, you know you need to come give me that dick. You wanna hit from the back of the hey, body, we back up with house sexy.
Whoever thought they was doing something by posting my story on the shade room and screenshotting it. Okay, first of all, I've always had a phone, so I don't get where people think, oh my gosh, she has a phone. Wow. No, I've always had a phone. Just because my parents put it out there that I don't have a phone, that's them. I don't talk to my parents. I'm not in communication with my parents, and I don't want to talk to my parents. I'm a grown-ass woman, 21, about to be 22. And if I don't want to talk to my parents, I don't have to talk to my parents. I don't have to talk to nobody in this world if I don't want to. This is exactly why I don't post on social media, because people are going to say what they want. People are going to take whatever they want and turn it into whatever they want. But at the end of the day, let it be known that I am definitely in love with Robert fucking
living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you. Ain't that how she was, y'all? But she's living it.
She's living it, but you missed the part where he say not to go back and forth. You just should not even did that. But this is you wanting your camera time, and you want people to know how you feel and what you got going on, and that's fine. You know, we thought you to be this outspoken person anyway, and it was just, I mean, we saw you in the Gayle King, like you were the spokesperson for the girlfriends. Yeah. So we knew that you know, had this aggressive type of personality, and that's fine. You know, girl, we just, hey, we know you okay then. That's all that matters.
Yeah. And
so stop asking, y'all. If you want to ask about somebody, you might want to ask about Joycelyn, because Azriel has clearly stated she's fine. She don't want to go stay in this apartment that her daddy want to buy her. Her and Joycelyn don't want to move out of the Trump Towers. They want to stay where the fuck they at. She fine.
Well, I just want y'all to know y'all got August, September, October, November, December. 5 months. What you gonna do afterwards?
Yeah.
With your new body. You better get out here and start singing, girl. Or be somebody's background, or you better have that money.
Or start writing for somebody.
Don't be stupid.
You have the platform right now to...
For 2 years, really, you done had the platform.
To make some money and do what you love doing, or that you used to do. Get out here and do it, girl. You got this opportunity. Daddy ain't stopping you from doing nothing now. Let me change that, because like you said, he ain't stopped you from doing nothing that you didn't want to do, and you said you don't want to sing. So let me take that back and say, well, go do what you want to do.
Whatever that is, just do it. Quickly, please. Because I'm ready to see.
Maybe she wants to be an Instagram model.
Don't. I mean, you got the body for it, but that's all I'm gonna say. What they call them, a butterhead, you're not ugly.
Everything look good but a head. Damn.
You're not ugly. I don't want you to think you're ugly, but I don't want you to also go out and get work done on your face to be like these Instagram models. And I feel like with your face,
she got a fresh face. You could definitely tell you still young. She said she's 21 going on 22, honey.
Yeah, I feel like she would try to go get some work done.
You don't need no work.
You don't need no work.
You look good. I like the fresh face. I don't know how you look with a lot of makeup, but what you got going on right now is beautiful. Mm-hmm. You got the natural hair, the natural look.
I don't like
the
that
nice
wig.
body. Well,
the one that you came out of the courtroom with.
Yeah, you should just keep your real hair, girl, because you look good with the real hair. Stay natural. And you can work it out. You know, if that's something that you want to do, be on the social media or whatever, cool. I want to see what Joycelyn got going on. Now, when she got something going on, I think that'll be it for me. Because then we know she good, too.
I don't think Joycelyn gonna say
She ain't about to say nothing, because Daddy got that on lock.
Yeah, he let her know real quick.
I don't think he got you on lock. Maybe you just the HBIC.
And, she the wife?
Yes, because she does have a ring.
Did y'all see the ring in the video?
I want to know if Joycelyn got a ring.
Well, we won't know because we don't see Joycelyn.
Azriel, go put her on one of your videos. Shoot. Anyway. And make sure you get a close-up on the left hand to let us know who's who and what's what.
Lord have mercy.
Let me know if y'all feeling that, because I'm telling you, we trying to figure out what's going on.
It's a difference in the rings.
Yes.
Azriel got the bigger one. Now, Azriel got the ones with the diamonds in there, and Joycelyn got just a band.
I knew you she just got the band. And that's cool, girl, but I want to see. Do you have a band, or are you just bare? Either way, you guys go, comment below.
Yeah, let us
know what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us. The acts are in the description below. If you want to get more information about any of the news clippings or any of the videos, the links will be below as well, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and come back and see us next time.
All right.
Peace.